What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome to another edition of Down South Sports Fanatics. Boy, we got a show for y'all today, and I'm letting all my co-hosts know I ain't holding back on this one. But of course, we got the hard truth himself. What's up, Mr. Pancho Gonzalez?
What's up, man? Still kind of who that, man. It ain't that, don't feel all that well, but
I know, bro. Thank you for joining us, man. Thank you for joining us. And of course, everybody knows him as a voice himself. What's up, Mr. Dave Robin?
What's up, man? It's gonna be a fun damn show today. We're gonna break out all the shit, man. All the everything's coming from every direction, man. There's not gonna be a bunch of dudes agreeing with each other and dudes driving trucks off the highway in this show. We're putting it real, man. We're doing it right.
Keeping it real. Let me tell you what. I'm gonna give my opinion. I'm very, very disgusted, disappointed in my Saints. I haven't felt this bad in a very long time. This team is headed nowhere fast. I think it's time to just tear it down and rebuild and tank it for a quarterback.
Woo!
Go ahead, Pancho. Give me the truth.
Yeah, man, it's not pretty in it at all, man. When you got you kicker kicking 5 field goals.
Not to cut you off, Pancho. By the way, they brought in a kicker today for tryouts.
Yeah, he's got a groin groupie.
Yeah, I mean, overworked. He was overworked. He's taking a low day off, I guess what they call it.
I agree.
He's got a Zion injury.
Bobby Truly said the Shaw's playing better than the Saints.
It's
a Zion week for groupie, man. So
again, like we talked about, you tied into Derek Carr.
Yeah.
But man, God, just because you tied into it, I mean, you might have to put it aside. And just, man, Jameis is not pretty, but it's fun.
He's not, man.
But it's fun. He might not bring the whole world, but he will bring a lot of, some excitement back that we may need, and let him and Taysom, have 4 rings and just have fun. You got to have fun at this point because, everybody's having fun. Everybody.
I know. Go ahead, Dave.
No, I mean, I it's funny. Me and Pancho, I actually agree with Pancho on this, but I mean, obviously, I'm not going to say it's going to be Jameis Winston. My bad. I'm trying to share shit because I'm technologically behind on this episode. But I'm gonna say this, man. I agree with Pancho on that portion of it for sure. I think we definitely have to do something different. I mean, the problem is, I don't know how they're going to spin this. I mean, you're going to have Carr say he's got an oblique injury or something like that. I don't think you just got to bench him because. Listen, man, this organization, I'm going to tell you, this is the thing I don't want other podcasts, I see it on local news. Nobody will call these guys out. And listen, man, when Breeze and Peyton left the building, it changed. And whether people wanted to believe it or not, there was no way in hell you were going to have the same level of success.
Who you mean about who won't call them out, Dave?
Oh, I'm talking about other podcasts, throughout media. We all want to do it now, but it's the same bullshit we've seen the last 2 years.
I wish they would put our podcast front and center for Dennis Allen and Pete Carmichael because I can tell them what a piece of shit they are.
Hey, man, I like the intensity, man. Look, I'm going to say this though. There was no way, and I argued. You had some dude sitting there driving trucks everywhere, playing cool in the game, celebrating Drew Brees retiring like Jameis Winston was going to take us to the promised land. A guy never smelled the playoffs, and yet you got one of the best quarterbacks in history hanging him up who was still playing at a high level despite the diminished arm strength. You're not going to lose a coach like Sean Payton and replace him with some numbnuts named Dennis Allen, and you're not going to have the same level of success. So as an organization, Mickey Mouse and the company, they should have sat there and said, hey, let me tear this damn thing down. Let me stop trying to bullshit my fans by signing Jimmy Graham, who's done, signing Tyrann Mathieu, whose best days behind him. I don't care about the 2 picks. He's been bad most of the year. You're signing names that people are aware of, but you lost names like Trey Hendrickson, Teron Armstead, Marcus Williams, Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. You've blown it in so many ways.
Yeah.
And here we are trying to put a Band-Aid on shit every year. Mickey and company, it needs to be torn down from the top to the bottom. But I'm going to tell you this. This is my breaking news I was joking about on your comment earlier. They won't do shit. No one will be fired. They will ride out Derek Carr. They will ride out Dennis Allen. Nothing's going to change.
I know.
It's not going to happen until after the season. I would love to put Taysom Hill right now in and craft a playbook. Let Ronald Curry call the plays for Taysom.
Yeah.
And let's roll. And maybe sprinkle a little bit of Jameis. I'd like to see it reverse style.
Hey, can I get on this?
Yeah, hold on one
Go
sec.
for it,
One
Chris.
sec,
Bring it
guys.
on, man. Bring it
Hold
in.
on one sec before you go, Fat. I want to welcome Jeff, Lance, Bobby, Ryan, Steve. Thank y'all for joining us, bro. Please share the show. Go ahead, Fatty.
I think Mickey Loomis has one option and one option only, and it's because of Derek Carr's contract. They got to get Gruden in. That's the only option they have. Or Mickey Loomis. That's the only option.
Not me. I want a defensive coordinator for Minnesota.
It ain't gonna happen. They're gonna have to deal with Derek Carr's contract. The best option for Derek Carr
Listen.
is John
Everybody
Gruden.
needs to quit.
He's
Everybody
the only one
needs
that's ever gotten the best out of Derek
Listen,
Carr.
listen to me. If you do a tear down, sayonara, here you go, Carr. You paid, now be gone.
You think
That's it.
John Gruden got an interview
You
at some
attach the car.
Indiana?
You can't get rid of Carr though.
Dave, if you so the owner for Carolina really cares about money, huh? He just wrote a check for $40 million. Said bye, see you later.
Yeah, but Richie, they're one of the worst organizations in sports right now.
I'm not disagreeing with you, but do y'all realize when you do a tear down, you don't care who you got under contract.
So,
no, but Richie, you have to care because you have cap penalties.
No, you do not.
Absolutely, Richie, we're in a problem right now because we're paying all this dead money to players that aren't here.
I'm not disagreeing with you, Dave, but you let him go and you deal with it. That's it.
Richie,
yeah, I mean, but listen, it's not going to happen that way, man.
You have to deal with it just like Sean Payton has to deal with Russell Wilson. Like he's locked into that deal. You locked into Kyler Murray.
Listen, y'all keep saying nobody's locked into anything. You can eat whatever.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Richie, Daniel Jones will be the starting quarterback week 1 next year for the Giants.
I bet you he's not. I bet you he's not.
I bet you $100 he is. Just like I told y'all the bad move in Carolina. I said, do not go with Frank Reich. Do not draft Bryce Young. I've been saying this shit since the summer. And look what happened. Fired. Worst team in football. Bryce Young, very shaky, like the 3rd best rookie quarterback. And all that they gave up to get him. DJ Moore, all these other picks.
Well, it came out today that Frank Reich isn't the reason he wanted CJ Stroud.
I saw that as well.
Yeah, the owner wanted Bryce Young.
What's up, Signature?
So you can't, as a coach. I mean, if you can't pull your own strings, then I mean,
listen, y'all need to. We need to realize one thing. This is a fact. I don't care. Even though we all want to tear it down, Mickey Loomis is not going anywhere. He does too much for both these organizations. The Pelicans.
No,
and the
I'm not.
Saints.
That's what I'm saying. Mickey Loomis' his only option is John Gruden. That's his only option.
I don't think so. I'm tired of that. I don't want that. I want a fresh face. I want a fresh.
It ain't gonna happen.
Nothing's gonna happen, guys. Nothing will happen. I promise you. They will not fire Dennis Allen. They're not going to do it. And it's not me being a fan of Dennis Allen. It's just telling you these guys, they'll look like dipshits. He's been with the organization so many years. They're going to do the political thing, make it look pretty. We're not going anywhere anyway this year. They're going to just freaking lose out, how many games, whatever. They're not going to be shit this year. They're not going to go to the playoffs. They're going to wait till next season.
I think Dennis Allen, he's not making it after the season.
I don't think, Dave. I don't think I'll tell you right now.
Dennis, he's done after the year. I'm not saying after this year. Absolutely, you're bringing a new coach. You're tearing some things down. There'll be guys that won't be back.
No.
We're not talking, Dave. We don't. I don't care about things happening right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no. He'll be gone after this year. Yeah, they won't do anything in season.
Well, guys, listen. So this is what's going on right now. So right now, if the Saints go on a big slide and we lose 4 games, it's a good chance that he will get fired. Now, if we keep lingering around 500 and keeping our head there and giving hope, Dennis Allen will be here next year.
Yeah, great point.
They're going to blame it on injuries. So it's either if we just tank, not on purpose, but if we tank because we're that bad, then his head could be on the block. But we have to make the noise.
I don't care. I'm gonna tell y'all right now. Y'all can say what y'all want. I don't care if we win the division. Dennis Allen's not coming back.
I don't think.
Poncho's got a great point, Richie. Nope. He's got a great point.
It's already written on the wall, dude. He is going after this year. No matter what happens.
Yes. But the problem is Poncho's got a good point. The problem with the Saints is the Saints organization lost its balls when Sean Payton walked out the door. Same with Drew Brees. You've got these goofballs running the team. Gail's kind of just doing her own little thing, man. She's coasting, whatever. It's a bunch of yes men. There's nobody with any real, integrity running this organization right now. I mean, you wouldn't be making these bullshit moves. You wouldn't be putting Band-Aids on everything. You would have had the nuts to tear this thing down when you should have. You were never going to be as good without Sean Payton and Drew Brees. Jameis Winston and Dennis Allen or Andy Dalton or Taysom or whoever was never going to match Drew Brees. And the fans that fell for it, they were suckers, and they sold it to a lot of people.
All right, but when y'all say tear down, I think y'all think differently than I do, because I can tell you what my tear down means, and y'all want to hold on to y'all precious Golden Saints players. I'm talking about get rid of Demario Davis. I'm talking about Jordan gone, Lattimore. I'm talking about all them boys
But
gone.
the problem is where your cap is, though. It's where your cap is.
That's a tear down. That's a tear down.
Richie, the main number you got to look, Richie, go to Spot Track and look at dead cap. That'll tell you who you can cut and who you can't cut.
I don't care about the cap.
You can't.
The cap, Richie. The cap's why we're in this problem. The cap is why you have no depth.
The cap's not in the
cap is ultimately this problem.
You blame it on the cap. You blame it on the cap. I blame it on cap.
Absolutely, I'm blaming it on the cap.
I blame it on
manage the cap poorly suck for years.
I blame it on talent.
So Richie.
Richie, the talent comes from that.
Dave, so like it's just like in basketball. If you sign a big 3 to 3 max contracts, then your remaining people is rookies and guys you picked up on 1-year deals that you just can't do.
Dude, I am sick and tired every single week on the show. Y'all talking about the cap. I don't care about the cap.
Am I being muted?
A total rebuild is a total rebuild. A total rebuild is you suck for 5 years straight.
All right, Richie, look, bro.
Richie, give me Richie.
Play franchise mode in Madden. You'll learn all about the cap.
Yeah, Richie, give me like 30 seconds to explain to you.
You're not understanding to me. I understand. I'm talking about 5 years of losing.
He don't care. He just wants to get rid of it and just deal with it. And
you can't do that.
I'm talking about 5 years of losing and you deal with it. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm preparing
for. Who's going to lose for 5 years? Who wants to have a 5-year rebuild?
I do.
They would have to trade. They couldn't cut. They'd have to trade. You can't. They would be too many penalties.
I'm going to mark some names that won't be here next year. Michael Thomas will not be here. Jameis Winston will not be here.
I agree.
Cesar Ruiz will not be here. All right. So those are some names you can put down. Marcus May is doubtful. Tyrann Mathieu, they may get creative and cut him. There's some guys that have to go. Cam won't go. They just gave him a new extension.
Won't be here.
Well, here's the first one I said. Thomas, that was the first one. But I'm telling you now, you're not. I don't think you let go of DeMario. He's too much of a leader. He's still playing at a high level.
He's still
DeMario's still playing good football. He's not the reason you're bad. There's a lot of reasons you're bad. It's not DeMario Davis.
DeMario's fine. Yeah, DeMario's fine.
Yeah,
Y'all must
have
blinders on.
Older linebackers are not the problem, Richie. They're actually a plus.
I posted a shot the other day that said DeMario Davis is rated the #1 inside linebacker in the league.
That's foolish. That's foolish.
Richie, he's still elite, man. He can play.
Stop.
That's fact.
You're talking about a guy that can barely make the Pro Bowl. Stop it, man. Come on.
That's
barely made the Pro Bowl. What? He's been like Richie. All pros more important.
I would take Warner at middle linebacker over anybody in the NFL.
But I still don't think the defense.
I would take Warner at middle linebacker over anybody in the NFL.
Well, yeah, I mean, Richie, he's in his prime. I mean, DeMario's a little past his prime, but he still can ball. He's not
I would take Warner over him in DeMario's prime.
Richie, all I did was give you facts and numbers.
Richie,
I didn't say who was a better player or not. I'm just saying DeMario Davis is rated by numbers the #1 inside linebacker in the league. That's not debatable. That's a fact. Now, would I take him #1 over somebody else?
Well, if you want to go numbers wise, Olave's a top 10 receiver with catches in the league. Do you believe that right now?
About that right now.
Do you believe that? Do you believe that?
Let's stay on Lewis.
Come on, man.
Let's stay on.
Use the eyeball check. Ain't nobody on this defense worth for shit.
I don't understand why you hate the defense. The defense has probably been the only bright light in the fucking season.
Because for this whole entire year, I've seen offenses go up and down the field, the field.
Yeah,
but the same guy that stunk it up last night for Minnesota is the same guy that whipped out tail.
It wasn't broken.
Stop. Come on.
No, Richie, and I will agree with Richie. I'll come to your assistance on this one. I will agree with Richie. I mean, look, and I'm not. A lot of it's on the offense, no doubt, but the defense has not been great. You allow 230 yards rushing, you're going to lose 85% of the time or whatever the analytics are. So, I mean, listen, the running quarterback thing, how many damn shows do we talk about? We've been beaten so many times by mobile quarterbacks. In 3rd and 9, 3rd and 12, those are back-breaking plays that can decide games sometimes. And we allow this shit every week. I think it's more of a scheme problem than a player problem.
They give up the yards, but not the points.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, like
I mean,
I said,
they do. They do. I mean, they're a bend but don't break defense, but it's supposed to be like an elite level defense.
Tony makes a great point. Your middle linebacker is so good, he gave 200 yards rushing to Atlanta.
Yeah, but how many points
No,
did they
Rich,
give
I mean,
up,
there's 10 other guys on the field. There's a
I don't
coach
care.
that doesn't know how to strategize.
Your middle linebacker is responsible for
But
that.
think about like this, Richie. If the Saints at least on 5 of those field goal drives, if they scored 3 touchdowns, Atlanta don't score. I don't think Atlanta.
You know what? Instead of y'all focusing on Demario Davis so much, won't you focus on the numbers of this defense when they're missing Lattimore at cornerback?
I'm gonna tell you right now, bro. Injuries killed us on defense, man. Injuries is brutal, man. And
this team is a shell of itself when Lattimore's not lined up on one
Richie,
side.
you know what's a big thing about the injuries? And Pancho made a point about the injuries just now. You know what saves you from injuries? When you have a bad injury, you can plug somebody else and play. Next man up philosophy. You have that when you manage your team's cap well because you have depth. When you don't have depth, you're screwed. Right now,
I am sick. Listen, I am sick and tired. Every single week we sit here and we keep giving people excuses. I mean, we all.
No, there's no excuses. Excuses. You don't have depth. You don't have good enough depth like you used to in the Peyton era. This team had a little more depth back then.
I don't like it. Listen to me. I'm gonna tell you right now. I just speak the truth about a team. I don't care if I love them or not. My USC Trojans are garbage. That's the excuse. They're garbage. New Orleans Saints today are garbage.
Well, right, but you gotta listen. It's real. It's like at school, man. Somebody says something stupid, you want to go punch him in the face. You gotta like sit there and have a breather and think it over. Like right now, hey, you want to cut all these sons of bitches.
You think this is a good team?
I think
but you gotta be smart about it. You gotta be smart about it.
I think it's
you think this is a good team. You think this is a good team?
Yeah,
no, this is not a good team. It's not a good team at all.
I think they are.
Absolutely not.
No, they're not a good team at all. You miss blocks. You can't get off the field on third down. Your quarterback is struggling in the red zone.
Lack of coaching.
Go ahead, Pancho.
So the talent's in the room. I mean, that's undeniable. I mean, yes, we got some names, but the talent is there. The talent is in the spots. Do you have one of the best running backs in the league? Check. Do you have one of the best cornerbacks in the league? You probably got 2. So that's the check. You have one of the best. Yes, you have one of the best.
Alante Taylor was getting smoked.
All right, you got.
Did he not? Dave, you not agree with me?
But you
I like Alante Taylor. I think Alante Taylor's a good ball player.
And he was getting twisted and turned by that Atlanta receiver.
But you got.
But I mean, there's no. How many sacks do we have in this game?
Oh, don't even bring that up.
I'll tell you got no edge rush. You got Peyton Turner.
So maybe give it.
The Pierre Paul thing was a joke. Cam's
maybe giving Granderson that contract was a bad deal too.
No, Granderson could play. Cam can't get to the quarterback anymore, and I love Cam Jordan. He's a phenomenal player. He's just having trouble. He can't finish that pass rush anymore.
Yeah.
There's no other rushers out there. I mean, they lack edge. This team right now in the draft needs so many things. They need a safety. They need an edge rusher. They need a quarterback possibly. They need a lot of shit. And that's what I'm saying. This team needs to be – it's closer to teardown mode than it is let's win with these guys. Look, the best situation in division, people might watch this, might get pissed off, but I will tell you right now, if I was a coach looking at any team in this division on paper, there's one that's an easy win, and you're not going to like it, but it's the Atlanta Falcons. They have the best situation in this division right now.
Well, look, let's get to some of the comments. Defense is old and slow. I agree with that.
They are, absolutely.
He says that's easy to say when your offense sucks.
Yeah,
I mean, the offense, hey, look, the offense is no fucking picnic, but the defense has not been good.
Tony said we gave over 200 yards rushing, which is true. He said, man, Atlanta sucks. We lost. Really? I mean, come on, man.
But look, how many times we talk about Bijan Robinson? You know, I've been a big fan of Tyler Algier. Desmond Ridder is a shit passer. He's probably like the 50th best passer in the league, but the dude can run. And I mean, as a coordinator, as a coach, you have this team in the bye week. You had 2 freaking weeks to prepare, yet you had the same bullshit happen as what's been happening.
So Dave,
you've been getting run on by quarterbacks.
So Dave, you kind of agree with Ryan, who just commented. He said they're not coached up to be the standard of winning team. The talent's there and can turn it around with coaching. You agree to that?
Yes. That's
Listen, I think they could. I think they could turn, but I don't think it's going to – I think you're closer to teardown mode just because, like we just said, old and slow on defense. Guys like Matthew need to go. There's others that need to go. Marcus May,
Tony, I'm just trying to get to some of these comments because they're coming in. Tony just said Sean Payton was great at covering up the weaknesses of this team.
He freaking was. He was. And remember, dude, that's what I can't believe we all like. Not we all, because I'm gonna say I fucking stood by my man's side. But Sean Payton is a phenomenal fucking coach. I don't care if he had Breeze. I don't care who he had. That dude was elite. And I mean, you feel it now. You feel it. You have a dumbass running your team now. Sean Payton, I told y'all he would get Denver right. He's getting them right.
Hey, yo, on the funny side, y'all know, Shane said we're not gonna talk about Jameis singing "Move, Get Out the Way."
That's something people just gotta let it go. Jameis
Yeah,
will never be. You gotta let that shit go.
Yeah, Ice Crab, dude. He's a trippy dude, man.
Wow.
I mean that's a teammate to me. That's what playing.
Tony
sports,
Tony.
That's what
Look,
playing sports is about, man. Having fun and
Tony posed a good question. If Sean Payton was coaching his team, would we have lost that game?
No, you wouldn't have lost the Houston game. You wouldn't have lost that game. You wouldn't have lost the Green Bay game.
You'd
be at least 3 games better.
Head quarterbacks in the league right now.
Go look at the stats in the Houston game. We outplayed Houston in every category. Stroud was under 50% passing, and we lost that fucking game. The Green Bay game, 17-point lead. I don't care who came in to play quarterback. Hayner, Hill, Winston, whoever. You don't lose a 17-point lead.
I'm not looking. I thought for weeks it was a lot to do with coaching, which I still do. But I'm gonna tell you right now, just my opinion, dude. This is a bad team. It is. This is an aging team. It is. I'm sorry.
Well, Richie, there's salvageable pieces here. There are salvageable pieces.
So listen where you at. You're dealing with this team for one more year. At least this team, you got one more year to deal with.
I have no problem. I think you should bench them all and lose on purpose.
Listen, so your cap gets you to next year. After that, everything comes off the books. So when your rebuild wants to happen, it's not going to happen next year. It's going to happen the following year. Because that's when all these contracts be sitting on.
I agree. I'm not disagreeing. I'm not disagreeing. We stuck with Derek Carr, but you know what? Derek Carr will be on my bench. I wouldn't care. I'm trying to lose these games, dude. Get on the bench.
So after the 2 years, you got everybody's player options or team options to come off books. So you got to figure a way to make this work.
I'm calling it now. John Gruden's the coach next year. I'm telling you.
No, he's not.
I'm calling it.
I'm just saying names. I'm just saying.
This is why I'm saying DA will be back next year because this is again his baby. Derek Carr is his baby. So you're gonna give him one more year because Dave says that you need I don't know how many games to get adjusted to play with a team. But,
I think you have to. Yeah,
I mean you're 11 games in and you still can't score a touchdown.
What up, Big Easy Mafia? I'm gonna make sure to like that page.
Adjusted. But other than that,
right there.
You're riding this show one more year, and then the following year in 25 is when
I don't see how y'all not frustrated. I really don't.
So Richie, no, because I didn't have the expectations like some people. I think a lot of people had these crazy expectations dating back to when, like I said, 2 years ago. This is not going to be the team you had with Sean Payton and Drew Brees. All the people that believe that bullshit on other podcasts and try to feed that to y'all and tell y'all that, oh, we got a guy that can throw it downfield now and oh, this and that. No, bullshit. You lost Drew Brees. You don't fucking replace Drew Brees. You don't replace Sean fucking Payton. It takes a while. And the best thing to do is retool an organization. Let me tell you who does anybody know? Y'all should know this guy, Brad Holmes. Do we know who Brad Holmes is?
I know John Holmes.
No, I can tell you, Brad Holmes. Go look up Brad Holmes. And Brad Holmes is the reason why Mickey Loomis needs to go. Detroit Lions, before this guy was there, they hired Matt effing Patricia, who's no way deserving to be a head coach like somebody we know maybe right now named Dennis Allen. So look at what Brad Holmes did in 2021. He tore down the Lions. They made the Stafford trade. They got Jared Goff, who some people question. They got 3 picks with Goff, 2 of them first. They hired a guy by the name of Dan Campbell. I'm just saying.
I want to let you, Dave. Somebody said, I know Larry Holmes.
Well, there you go. I don't know. Brad might be like a distant relative or something like that. But listen, either way, homie has got his shit together in Detroit, and he's turned it around. You got to change it from up top, Richie. You need a cap manager, not that knows how to rob people to pay Paul.
Gail Benson is never, ever going to fire Mickey Loomis, ever.
Well, Mickey needs to do the right thing and realize, hey, I'm out of my fucking class.
I think Mickey, look, Mickey's fired coaches on the Pelicans. You don't think he's going to fire a coach on the Saints?
No, but it's.
You're firing the wrong. He needs to fire himself, Dave saying.
Yeah, I mean, let's go back to. Let's be real. I mean, I question the organization. Wasn't Mickey involved with the Pelicans when we fired Monty Williams years ago? I mean, I got to question guys that make those freaking decisions. I got to question guys that hired Dennis Allen as a head coach.
He stuck with Carr, which is DA's baby. So they're going to give DA 2 years to see this through, and after that, when everything comes off the books, then you got to evaluate. But I don't see Mickey cutting the show off. After this,
So Pancho, that's what you're gonna present to your season ticket holders for next year?
No, I don't agree with that, man.
Yeah, I got it, Pancho. I agree with the patient approach, but I think you're gonna have to do something more bold. You got to bring in a guy like who we're about to see this week. I'd love to see like an Aaron Glenn take over.
No, I'm not saying that's my personal opinion. I'm just saying what I feel like is gonna happen. But do we need somebody fresh? Absolutely. Is it gonna happen? Probably not.
I think
Mickey knows what he's got coming up in 2025. Mickey is drooling right now because he sees all green ahead of him. He sees all clear books, and he's like he can restart the show.
My problem is this. Listen to me. My problem with this is about this team, and Dave can go through them because Dave's good with these quarterbacks. You can go through so many different quarterbacks over the last 3 years that we could have drafted and been a replacement for Drew Brees.
Well, I mean, you could have. I mean, you could have went. There's a guy on the other side of the field that's going to be nobody's talking about. Nobody talks about him because he's a third-string quarterback. But Hendon Hooker was an injury as a quarterback. He was 25 years old. You know what I'm saying? But Hendon Hooker, that's a guy you could easily went after. Sam Howell was the guy you could easily went after. And these weren't first, second-round picks. These were, I think Hooker went to third. Howell was later. So, yeah, I mean, you dropped the ball in many cases.
It's just so frustrating, dude, on both sides of the ball. We was blaming the offense for weeks and weeks and weeks, and now we're blaming the defense now.
They can't get on the same page.
I mean, in my whole take you, I in the first 3 rounds, you can't take them big swings anymore. Like you're out of the big swings. You keep trying to hit home runs, with the Ruizes and the Pennings and just them picks that you just. Guy you think he's gonna pan out, and Breezy looks like he's panning out because he wasn't a big name. But man, you need to go after more proven guys who played against top-notch talent, and not the guys who played out South Dakota and North Dakota and East-West Michigan. You can't. You got to go with elite guys that played against elite talent and take your chance there.
Listen, I think they handled. No, I agree. I think they handled last year's draft really poorly, though. I mean, you busted on Pennington right now. I mean, let's be real. 2 years in, I think I'm gonna start calling you a bust. It's really close there. And I mean, you look at the Olave thing. Olave, really good player. All right, no doubt about it. But you do not give up a first-round pick to get Chris Olave in that situation.
Peyton Turner was a
Peyton Turner.
I disagree. I disagree with you there, Dave. Me and you've been back and forth about that. I think Olave in an offense with an elite quarterback flourishes to the top 10 receiving core. I'm just me.
But I mean, no, I'm not doubting that, Richie. The problem I have is when you don't have a fucking quarterback on the roster and you're trading. If Drew Brees was here still and you made that move for Olave, that would have made a hell of a lot of sense. If this is like 4 years ago and Drew Brees is maybe in his late 30s and you're trying to win another Super Bowl, which you were. If Olave was there in that situation, I give up the future first. I think what's going on with the
NFL. I agree with all y'all, especially about the talent evaluation and like Pancho said earlier, it's just a bad football in the NFL right now, man. It's so true.
It is.
But also they trust in these young guys and not putting the talent around them. Because I don't think Justin Fields is that bad of a quarterback. He ain't got the talent around him, man. Come on.
Listen, so it's a lot of bad football and it's a lot of injuries
injuries are wild.
I mean, I'm not saying he's going to be a world-beating injury. That Bryce Young kid into a dumpster fire, man.
No, and the problem is it's ugly football. The problem is the offense is playing ugly, the defense is playing ugly in general, and then the refs are playing just as ugly as both because they're missing just as much as everything else. I mean, you lost these big primetime games they've been having. You can see clearly they're missing primetime calls, big calls they missing. Clearly they standing 10 yards and watching and still not making the correct calls. It's just bad football by everybody.
Yeah. So listen,
the NBA
go ahead, Dave. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, I mean, football, I mean, I agree with the officiating's been worse and worse. I mean, we've seen it from 2018 to now, even before then a little bit. But, I mean, right now, I hate to say it, but, I mean, I'm not usually – I mean, I love the NBA. I watch every game if possible. And, I mean, I went to the game last Wednesday. I know Pancho always gives me shit about not going to games. So, hey, hit the Pelicans up last Wednesday against the Kings. I will say this. My vibe right now with the Pelicans is so much higher than my vibe with the Saints. And right now, the NBA, I mean, look, there was some bad officiating that particular night in the second half, but I would say this: the NBA to me right now is a better product than the NFL right now this year.
Yep.
I mean, I just think it's a lot more exciting. I think there's more teams that can win it. I think it's more balance in the league. The NFL, it's just there's two teams in the NFC. Let's be real. It's the Eagles and 49ers. I think the Lions are close, but there's maybe 2 or 3 teams in each conference that can win it. NBA right now, anybody can win that West. There's 6 teams, 7 teams that can win the West.
Shane commented, Pancho, me and you are season ticket holders. Shane says next home game, do they wear bags? The fans wear bags?
No, you're not there yet. When you at the end, when you play, Carolina, you could. I mean, it just depends. Richie, again, you're not out. You still got it. You still got it.
I want to be out. I want to be out.
You still got to punch.
If you lose this game, I say yeah. I know we're predicted to probably lose this game. We're going to be banged up, but no, Pancho. I think after this loss, if you go 5-7, I think it's bag time, and I think that's the way to push this. Let Gail Benson see this. Let the stories get written. Let's not buy into the bullshit of Jimmy Graham and Matthew and all these local guys we brought in.
How it's going to work out, Richie? This is how it's going to work out. So if we do lose the next game, you're going to get your 10 to 15, 20 fans that do wear it for the news.
I said we lose the next 2 at home. Fucking right.
Right. See what I'm saying? You're going to have your 10 to 15 fans that are going to wear the bags just to be jackasses.
That's going to cause, dude, I'm going to tell you what, that's going to cause so much shit. It's going to cause fights.
But you're going to have them fans. They're there. It's going to happen. And if you lose again and maybe again, then it might
listen. People don't realize.
Everybody
people don't realize. Listen,
and
I hate to say it, Pancho,
and then if it snowballs and it catches a trend, then it might force the hand of Benson to do something then, because she don't want to see that, and she sees that, and it's on national TV. I think it can get tug at her heartstrings because she don't want to see that. She don't.
Pancho, I think if
she loves her fans.
I get that, but I think so. I think if when you break bags out like that, that's going to cause a lot of fights.
But Richie, here's my thing. Pancho's right though. I mean, because look, Gail Benson's sitting back in her hammock uptown or wherever.
Do y'all realize? Y'all just saying you're just looking at it as somebody putting a bag on their head. You're not looking at somebody getting a bag grabbed off their head.
No, but Richie, hold on. Let's get back to what Pancho was saying about this thing with Gail Benson. Okay, dude.
I agree.
Listen, if Gail Benson's back there, just jamming to her easy listening in her hammock, drinking her rosé, wine, whatever the hell you call that. Listen, dude, if she sees this shit, and hey, man, this is bad. This is her husband's legacy. This is, shitty in so many ways. Sometimes the bags need to fucking come out. And I think this is one of those times.
Y'all don't listen to me. Were y'all there when bags was going on people's heads? Because I was. And I seen fights everywhere. I seen grown men getting bags ripped off their heads by other men.
Yeah, but that's people. Listen, I hate to say it, but that's what people have to be not be asked.
Why not? I don't want to see that as a fan.
I mean, what is a bag when you had? I mean, if you're a fan, you understand the frustration.
I don't want to see it.
Richie, I worked in the Superdome when I was in '91. I started working in the Superdome with my mom at the merchandise booth. Mm-hmm. Dude, I've seen it. I've seen.
I know it's bad. I know. Trust me, it's bad. It's bad.
Listen, man. The bags sometimes maybe need.
Like I said, if the losses start to pile up, you're gonna get the next home game. You're gonna get 15, 20 fans with bags. You're gonna see. I'm gonna see it because I'm gonna be there. But you're gonna see them fans with it. But
I agree.
And if
it's gonna be good
after that,
but listen,
everybody's
but Pancho, can we also as season ticket holders warn those 15 to 20 fans that's going in that bag? You're putting your life at. I'm just saying.
No.
I mean, but Richie, but what are you defending though? The morons, the guy. Well, Richie, but why would somebody attack you?
Listen, I'm gonna tell you a story, and it's 100% fact. And Darren comes on, he can tell you because we know he was there. We seen a guy get his head almost ripped off from a bag being ripped off his head.
I mean, you got stupid people. There's no doubt about it. But I mean, why? But who are you defending? Who are you defending?
It's a sign of disrespect.
There's one thing that none of y'all have considered about all this shit. You're not going to see people with bags on their heads Because they don't even have those fucking bags anymore at grocery stores.
Well, there you go. It's gonna be. Listen, it's gonna be
This
something.
ain't 1985. We don't have bags anymore.
No,
Fatty, I
you
agree.
can
Listen, Fatty,
no,
there might be some
listen,
kind of
you
damn
can
recycled
actually- no, you can-
porcupine skin.
You can
or some
actually
shit.
order a custom bag, NFL bag for your head now.
Yeah, and it's recycled porcupine nuts.
But
But
you know?
See, hey, Richie, back in the day, it was Swagman bags that people used to
Yeah, it
wear.
was.
Yeah,
it
there
was.
is no
But
more
now,
Swagman.
the only person that's got it, that'd take a marketing genius right now. Like, I would start stocking paper bags and, like, use them as, bags and,
Patrick,
put your
that's a
name
shirt
all over
idea,
it,
man. Why not just make the
that's a
bag
good
on the
idea.
shirt,
Hey,
man?
hey,
I mean,
Dave, that's a good idea. Signature just said remove the paper bag and give them a plastic bag. I like that better.
well, look, dude, like I said, in today's world, I mean, where we're so freaking crazy about everything, it's going to be, like I said, recycled rhinoceros nuts or something that's made, the
What's
bag's
up,
made out
James?
of that.
Thank you, brother.
You know what I'm saying? It's going to be something, some
Right.
earthy material.
Anybody's got old Swagman bags, get them fuckers on eBay now. You make a killing.
Listen, man, I think
old Swagman's bags, man.
I want to go back. I want to go back to this conversation though about the general manager thing though. I mean, it changes everything. You gotta start up top. We just can't keep giving Mickey a free fucking pass. Mickey rode the coattails of Sean Payton and Drew Brees. Okay, Mickey wasn't the one drafting some of those guys that we found the diamonds in the roughs. He was a guy to put the numbers together. Mickey's a great capologist. He's great at making the numbers work. But you know what he did? He got in over his ass and he put all this money on the back end, and we're paying people that aren't here with all this dead money right now. And that's why we're in trouble more than anything. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't replace Allen. You couldn't replace Breeze. We can say it until we blew in the face. But this cap situation has to clear up. And like Pancho said, it's going to get better soon. But you got to have a different guy pulling the strings.
Richie, you ever heard of a guy named Bobby Bonilla?
Yes.
He's still, you know how old he is?
Dude, he's got to be in his 80s, late 80s.
No, he's like
not that old. I don't think that old.
He's 50s. He's
no.
Listen,
yeah, probably so. Yeah, he played in like the 80s and 90s.
So Richie, he's
fucking
still
80s.
getting paid today $1 million a year from his contract from back when he was playing.
New York Jets.
Deuce is still getting paid from the Saints.
No, but Richie, this is like the worst contract, one of the worst contracts in sports history. This thing with Bobby Bonilla.
Well, listen, let's dive in. Let's just change the subject on the play because I'm so aggravated, dude. Let's dive in a little bit. Everybody keeps talking about it. I want your opinions, guys, on this Jaden Daniels Heisman race. Where we at with it? What we think? What's gonna happen?
I'm kind of past it, dude. I mean, he's got a great shot to win it. I don't know if he'll win it just because they're not a top 5 team, but we'll see what happens.
But Dave, I don't think that's fair because Jaden Daniels clearly had the best season at quarterback for LSU, and I get the record, but they gave it to Caleb Williams last year when he didn't deserve it with the record he had.
So this
look, he's definitely deserving. I mean, it could go his way. I'm not saying it can't. I mean, I'm just saying, like, I don't know what the odds are. Did anybody pull up the Vegas odds on it yet?
I mean, what you have is you got Daniels, you got Penix, and then you got Nix. That's your 3 dogs. Harrison, I think, is out. So that's going to be 3 dogs. Jaden Daniels has, obviously, don't need to be told, but he has the best numbers clearly by by a mile.
Yes.
The stats he puts out, he's got, 20? He's got ridiculous amount of over 20-yard plays than himself. Than whole teams do. He's got 76 plays over 20 yards. That's more than any other team have, combined. That's ridiculous stats.
I mean, let me ask you this. Do you guys really – I don't know, man. I mean, it's cool. It's a great thing. But, I mean, honestly, I'm not worried about the Heisman thing with Jaden Daniels. I mean, if he doesn't win it, it is what it is. I think he elevated himself draft-wise to where this guy's going to be a top 10 pick. It's a lock, maybe top 5. So, I mean, I think he's done a lot for himself in the future, and I think he's going to – I'm interested to see this guy in a pro uniform next year more than him winning the Heisman.
Hold up. Dave, hold on. Jameis Winston called in. He said he's going to vote. Jaden Daniels.
He's going to what?
He's going to vote.
He's voting.
Look, I mean, the thing about it is, Dave, let's talk about that. I get the Heisman thing.
Jameis Winston does have a Heisman vote.
Dave, but let me ask you this, Dave. I get the Heisman thing, and we say that Jaden Daniels is the top quarterback right now. Does that move him ahead of Caleb Williams in the draft?
No, I mean, Heisman don't mean you're going to be necessarily.
No, I'm asking you, where do you have him at in the draft now? Where do you have him in the draft? Where do you have him?
I mean, I don't know if I have Jaden Daniels number 1. I mean, listen, dude. I mean, the problem is
But
there might be
Dave, you was
somebody that still like Caleb or Drake May.
but you sound like you sound like me. You're kind of questioning yourself now. We clearly had Caleb Williams going on number one. Is that?
Oh no, I think things. No. Hey, I agree, Richie. I think things have changed, man. I think we need to take awareness of that. I mean, we were all kind of let's be real. Everyone was consensus on Caleb Williams. I think there's still a good chance Caleb could be the guy. But look, man, the first pick this year should obviously have been C.J. Stroud, and Carolina gave up the farm and got the wrong guy. So anything could happen, man. I mean, but I think it's definitely Williams, May, and Daniels, whatever order you want to put them in.
And my take on Caleb Williams, man. When people talk about showboating and ego, that to me, that's Caleb Williams shows up in that category. I mean, his ego of wanting part of a team, his ego of walking away from interviews the last game and just ran out and didn't take interviews at all. Do you want that as the leader of your football team? A guy running away from
I worry about mental toughness. Yeah, I mean,
so man, it's that the arrogance is unreal.
But Pancho, I worry about mental toughness with this kid, man. I think there's something there.
Me too. I agree with
He's
Dave.
showing you he can't win the big games.
Listen, I don't care. Look, if this dude dresses up in bunny rabbit slippers and rides a moped around town and jams like Rick Astley, I'm cool with that, man. I don't know if anybody knows what the hell I'm talking about with that.
So Pancho, are you saying if Caleb Williams falls to the Saints, we pass on him?
Well, the Saints ain't gonna have a shot at Caleb Williams.
No, I'm saying if he's there. Yeah, Pancho, I'm asking you.
Oh man.
Wait, what
are you out your mind?
I mean,
where do we even go, man?
I'm saying Pancho's questioning whether the Saints should pass on Caleb Williams if he's there.
Well, I don't think the Saints will be able to draft Caleb Williams.
Dave, it's not the point. If he's there.
No, but Richie, we're playing a game. It's like saying, the Easter Bunny's going to come chill with us.
Dave, if he's a head case, he could fall. If he's a head case, he could fall.
Caleb Williams won't make it past 5 or 4.
If they determine him that he's crazy?
Huh?
If they determine
he's going to have to do some really off-the-wall shit. I mean, the stuff he's done is kind of weird, but he's going to have to go way beyond that.
He's still doing weird shit right now.
Well, Johnny Manziel did some weird shit and still got drafted number 1. So, I mean, come on.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's going to have to do a lot. I mean,
it's a question, Pancho. Do you pass on him or not?
You don't pass on him. But
if he's there for the Saints, you're taking him. Let's be real.
Why?
Because, you have to. You can't – listen – I'm taking him if I'm the GM. I mean, I'm a little worried about his little shit, but hey, I'm going to take him. But I'm saying if Jaden Daniels is there, I may take Jaden Daniels ahead of him.
Yeah, I agree.
Same with Drake May. I'm just saying, but if Caleb Williams falls to dude, he falls outside the top 5, you'd have to be out your shit to not draft that guy.
Yeah, that's true. So Dave, you went to the Pelicans game. What you seeing from him so far? I mean, I've been watching some games here and there. I've been trying to keep up as much as I can.
Yeah, dude. I'll say this, man. Zion has looked really good. Him and B.I. have been starting to kind of build a little, rapport. We've always talked about that. Can they, have that chemistry on the court, that the greats have together, like Jordan and Pippen, Shaq, Kobe, et cetera. Yeah. Dude, I think they're getting close, man. The problem with the Pelicans right now is they're just not healthy yet, dude. I mean, and the Utah Jazz, I don't know what the shit they do in Utah, but we cannot win in that building. And it fucking killed me, dude, because we look great against the Nuggets, the Mavericks, the Kings twice, the Clippers, but you cannot beat the guy.
Yeah, you're right. Pancho, you been back?
Oh man.
Yeah, I mean, it's Zion still he's still finding his own. He still hasn't played even a half a season, of games. So he's still figuring out. There's still some ball handling issues. Kyle Hurd, kind of described it as him, as like a bull in a china shop, which means he's just banging his way in, and there's not, it's either ain't good or it's gonna end bad because it's not mishandling. He's getting blocked a lot just because there's no control there, and it's just bouncing left to right, and
I agree. I mean, look, it's so Fatty. Won't you join us back? We're gonna do these picks, man. Everybody loves when we do picks every week. People dive into that all the time.
Hey,
go ahead, Dave. Go ahead, Dave.
I was gonna say Zion to me looks. I mean, I agree with what y'all say. I mean, he's still not a finished product yet, but I mean, he looks really good to me, man. I'll tell you, I think he's starting to kind of figure things out a little bit though more. Like he's restless still at times like that in the post, but man, I'm watching him lately. He's getting a little more patient on his moves. he's a really good passer, but he doesn't get credit for, which he can definitely pass the ball when he chooses to, and change the defense, because that's what makes a good passer. But his shot, dude, he hit a shot. He hit a 3, I think, last game. He also hit a shot like a mid-range. When these guys are backing off of him, like Antonio Daniels always talks about Joel Myers, he's got to take that shot, dude. When they're playing 2 or 3 feet off of him in fear of him driving, he's got a really nice release, dude.
Yeah,
so
I agree.
mean, he's just got to harness. He's just got to take those shots more often. But he looks really good. I think the biggest problem is right now. Look, man, they put a lot of pressure on Dyson Daniels last night. Dyson's a really good player. I like Dyson, but he's not the guy maybe you want shooting 5 or 6 3-point shots. Utah picked their poison with him. Their teams aren't going to have that luxury very soon, because when you get C.J. McCollum back, you get Trey Murphy.
Yep.
Dude, this team is going to be nasty. You're not going to be able to leave a certain guy open. And, I mean, you're putting a lot of – right now, Zion and B.I. have all the attention on them. So, I mean, you're putting those 2 guys back.
When we get them guys back right before Christmas, man, we're going to be all right. Trust me. I want to get him back before the All-Star break and all that, though. But look, let's dive into these picks.
CJ might be back this week, they're saying.
Yeah.
Man.
So, look, let's dive into these picks, bro. We got Fatty on now. Let's dive through it. First game up, man. We got Seattle at the Cowboys. Seattle is getting 9.5 points.
Damn.
The over-under is 46.5.
Man, I like Seattle getting their offensive line.
I'm taking 9.5 points in the NFL. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I mean, the 49ers really play Seattle well. I think that's just a hard situation that they came off of with that game. I mean, I like Seattle. I think Dallas wins the game, but Seattle covers at 9, dude.
Who you got, Fatty?
How about them Cowboys?
All right, Pancho.
Now, are we taking spreads or are we going straight up?
I know spreads. You can take the points if you want.
Nah, I just go straight.
Okay, so yeah, Seattle plus the 9. I'm taking Seattle plus the 9.
What you done, Pancho?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Cowboys, man. I think they don't look.
Ryan says Cowboys too. Next up, we got the Chargers at the Patriots. Chargers -6.
I'm taking that. Patriots are a mess. They benched old boy Mac Jones again. Their quarterback situation is absolutely fucking terrible. That might be Jaden Daniels playing home in the future.
I'm gonna take the Chargers too, -6. What you got, Pancho?
Yeah, you definitely gotta go Chargers. Again, it's not pretty, but last game they benched the coach. They benched Quentin Johnson.
Yeah.
So I mean, they got a lot going on over there. Also,
Yeah.
But they getting old. So yeah, I'm gonna go Chargers.
Fat, who you got?
Chargers, because I got Herbert as my.
All right, Ryan says Chargers too. Shane, dive in. Next up, we got Detroit at New Orleans. Woo!
We better be dogs in this game.
We are.
Yeah.
We're getting 4.5 points.
You know what? I'm going to fucking surprise the shit out of y'all. I'm not saying we're going to win this game, but I think we're going to cover.
Okay, go ahead, Pancho.
Yeah, I said we cover. We're either gonna win or cover. I mean,
desperation. I mean, you're a desperate team at home.
Fatty.
I mean, at this point, they know they're playing for coach's job right now. They have to know that.
All right, Fatty, what you got?
Lions.
I'm agreeing with Fatty. I think the Saints lose this by 2 touchdowns.
Hey, real quick though, did y'all catch real quick before the next pick? If y'all haven't watched it, watch Alvin Kamara's response. He mentioned something. He basically threw the coaching staff on the bus.
Absolutely,
I forgot to bring this up earlier.
Yes,
Yeah.
Ryan and Shane both have Detroit. Next up, we got the Atlanta Falcons at the Jets. Atlanta is giving up 3 and a 3.
What did AK say, bro? I didn't catch that.
He said the play calling is extremely predictable. He waited toward the end of the interview to Nick Underhill.
He sure did.
He said, we're doing the things we did years ago with Drew Brees. He said, running a lot of stale stuff. Defenses know where it's coming from. They're prepped for us. He said there's just no timing. And it's the truth. You know, it's the truth.
It's the truth. Look, Atlanta's getting 3. The weird part about this Atlanta Jets game, the over-under is only 33.
Yeah, that over-under is intriguing to me. Wait, where is this game at? Atlanta ain't got no fucking home field advantage. But
New York.
You know what? I'm going to say man, it sucks. We need the Jets to win this game, but Atlanta's getting through.
You know what's funny, dude? I don't think there's reports out of the Jets. Saleh ain't going to make it through this season, dude.
Oh, no. He can't fire that guy.
Oh, no, dude.
There's no way, Rich.
I'm telling you, dude.
I will bet each one of y'all $100. That dude's no way getting fired.
The ownership is very disappointed in him. Because,
they could be disappointed in fucking selves for having
I'm telling you that I'm talking. This is coming from players. They saying he's in that locker room.
No way. Absolutely not.
Okay.
Absolutely not. There's no way. Robert Saleh is not getting. If they fire Robert Saleh, they're the worst organization in the league tomorrow. If they'd make that move, that's the best thing that happened to that team is getting that guy and changing the culture.
Well, who screwed up? Who screwed up Zach Wilson then?
Zach Wilson's fucking terrible. He was screwed up before he got there.
Oh, who screwed up the second guy?
Who? The fucking backup quarterback,
What?
man, I could fucking outplay that guy. That guy sucks.
You do realize Saleh's the one that drafted Zach Wilson, right?
No.
Yes, he did. His rookie year. His first year. Yes, he did.
I don't think he did.
Well,
yes, he did.
You know what? It was a bad choice.
Hold on. Let's fact check this
all.
shit. God damn it.
And how many?
You
And how many great
the
quarterbacks
stat guy is
Sean
Pancho.
Payton draft?
Pancho's the stat guy. He'll look it up quick.
Dave's got it.
Y'all keep going with that shit. I'm pretty sure he did draft that fucker.
His rookie year, he was drafted by. They came at the same time.
Atlanta Jets, right?
Yes.
I'm taking Falcons.
Gotcha. All right. Arizona at Pittsburgh.
Yeah, the Falcons.
Arizona, Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh.
Dude, Pittsburgh's been stinking it up, man.
What?
Didn't the Bengals just beat them?
No, they
No,
just
they
beat
beat
Cincinnati. They just beat Cleveland.
I think.
Pittsburgh is like watching paint dry, but they got a good coach and they got a good defense.
Yeah,
They got the best. They got the best
terrible.
coach in the NFL.
No, Denver has the best coach in the NFL.
No, I guess not.
Hey,
Hey, they look at them.
all right, Richie. So yeah, Richie, no, you are right. He did draft him, but
Sure did.
I'm not saying Saleh drafted him. We don't know if Saleh drafted him. I thought he came a year after, but I'm wrong on that. But I don't think there's no freaking way. Look, put it this way. I give him credit. If he was the one behind that shit, he quickly knew to fucking burn it down and get Aaron Rodgers in there. So there's
Dave,
no
who you
way
got?
Saleh's
Arizona,
the problem.
Pittsburgh. Who you got? Arizona, Pittsburgh.
Oh, Pittsburgh.
Arizona's
Pittsburgh.
All right.
Yeah.
Next up, Carolina, Tampa, the NFC rival. Let's go.
Tampa.
Wait, who we talking about?
Carolina, Tampa.
Who, man? Yeah, Tampa's going to annihilate them. I hate to say it.
Carolina's only getting 5.5.
Oh, I take that shit all day long, man. I take Tampa minus that 5.
Who you got, Pancho?
Yeah, Tampa, man. They're just
Yeah.
You going? Okay. All right. Well, guess what? Let's go Indianapolis at Tennessee. Indy's coming around, man.
Tennessee.
yep.
Tennessee.
I'm taking
Jonathan
Indianapolis.
Taylor's done, dude. Jonathan Taylor's hurt.
But they got Zach Moss.
I don't know, man. Tennessee does dumb shit like this. Tennessee's a team that doesn't know who they are. They're like the Saints of the AFC right now. They have an identity crisis. They don't know where the fuck they're going. They're going to win the game, though, I think.
Just to catch up, Signature said Tampa. Ryan said Tampa. Shane said Carolina. Ryan says Indiana.
Well, Brian. Ain't heard Brian ain't hollering in a minute, but
Hey, but Tennessee, look, Richie. Tennessee will do some shit. Derrick Henry will run for like 100 yards and 2 touchdowns. They'll win, but they're not going nowhere.
Y'all betted against Indy last week. I told you Gardner Minshew is something.
You did call it. You did call it. You rolling with him this week?
Can we get past the conversation that Minshew's better than Winston? Can we get past that conversation?
No.
Hey, are you rolling? Are you rolling with Indy, Pancho, again?
Yeah.
All right. Fatty, who you got?
Indy.
Got it. Miami at the Commanders. The over-under is 50, and Miami's giving up 10.5.
I think it's safe to say it's Miami across the board, huh?
Yeah, I mean, Commanders, dude. Ron Rivera is best days behind him as a coach.
I'll take Washington in the 10 points.
Look, Richie, you know what's the problem with Washington right now? Their offensive line may be the worst in the league, and their defense sucks. I love Sam Howell. I like some of their skill position players, but they need a new coach. They need to promote Bieniemy as a head coach, and they need to revamp that entire offensive line and defense in this offseason.
Ryan says Miami. Shane says Miami. All right, here we go.
Man, I'm gonna tell you what. JPP scored the deal of the week, man. He left New Orleans and went to Miami, bro. I mean, you can't get a better. I mean, you can, but you can't get a better upgrade than that, huh?
That don't say much for your defense, though.
Hey, somebody really put a funny joke, man, on there, and it went over like half people's heads on Facebook.
They have good depth and good leadership. He can teach. He's a coach. He's a player. So
he said Ryan said that Miami's a Saints 2.0.
Whoop. I don't know. Miami looks like a little better situation than the Saints right now.
All right, next up we got Denver at the Texans.
I'm taking Sean Payton all the way, baby.
Hey, look,
I knew that was
sorry, Chris
coming.
Knowles, but I think the Texans, I think they really played a valiant game, man. Valiant effort against Jacksonville, but Denver's hot, man. Sean Payton is going to know how to stop C.J. Stroud, man.
I'm sorry. Well, look, let me clarify. Ryan meant the Commanders or the Saints 2.0.
Oh, yeah, that's close. Yeah.
No, you don't.
I was kind of wondering about the other statement. I said, shit, I must have not been the only one.
Oh, that's a good question right there. I just seen the comment. Let's dive into that real quick. We're gonna jump on the game of the week. But I mean, I'm taking Denver. Fatty's taking Denver. Who you got, Dave?
Man, I like Houston where they're going, but I think Denver is hot right now. I think Sean Payton has Russ playing good football, man. I mean, he knows how to stop a good quarterback. In my opinion.
Here's my outlook. I think you've seen Houston ceiling for this year. Like you've seen the best that you're going to see with the roster that they currently have.
Agree.
So you've seen the best. Now, is their best good enough to compete with the better than average?
What up, Chuck?
No. So I mean, at this point, Sean Payton's got the talent. He just needs to teach the talent. He's got the experience there. He cut the cancer off and he let go some big names.
So you going with Punch? Are you going with Denver?
Yeah, they just Sean Payton. It looked like he was making some bad moves, but as you look, the moves.
So listen, we're gonna jump into the next game, but I want to dive into college right quick. We got X. Who we taking? Georgia or Alabama?
Georgia.
At this point,
I think Alabama's going to beat Georgia.
I'm still saying an SEC team is not winning it this year. I don't believe, man.
You don't? I said the same thing, Dave.
I don't think an SEC team wins it this year. I know that's going to piss off some LSU fans, and I don't know why, but I don't think it'll happen. That's the dumbest shit ever. Hey, I want the fucking division rivals to win it all. The dudes that are doing that, they got that damn visor on, they got the Mandals on, and the doctor's fucking shorts with a purple polo.
I can tell you right now. I can tell you honestly, I would never root for Atlanta in the fucking Super Bowl just because.
That's what I'm saying, dude. That's like the last motherfuckers you want winning anything. You know what I'm saying? I want the dudes to be. I was actually crying
at halftime with the New England Atlanta game. I'm like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah, I mean, like that's what these guys are chanting SEC, man. You need some other shit in life to get excited about or something, man. Like,
this is the truth. So who you got? You got Georgia, Pancho?
I'm gonna go with Alabama. I think the noise had made it to the locker room of Alabama's players. As Nick being past his prime, on the way out, old school, just he's about done. He's about to retire, and I think he might have had a good talk with him.
I got no horse in the race, but I love college football, and I'm telling y'all right now, me personally, I think Alabama is going to beat Georgia, and I think Alabama deserves to be in the college playoffs. Sorry.
Gonna be interesting, man. Gonna be interesting.
So let's dive into the picks again. This is the big one of the week. We got the San Francisco 49ers at Philadelphia.
Woo, this could be an NFC title game right
here. 49ers are the favorite.
Oh, yeah, they're a better team. Mark my words, they win this game.
I say Philly. I say that defensive line of Philly and the blitz package that they're going to send out the 49ers is going to be something I don't think Purdy's ever seen or has seen, but I think they're going to pressure him and make him beat his guys one-on-one. And I would take that same risk. I'm sitting in the house and make it Purdy.
But if you sit in the house and you find George Kittle, you find McCaffrey, you find Brandon Ayuk, Deebo Samuel.
Pancho, it's safe to say you take in Philly?
Yeah, I'm going to take Philly.
I think Kyle Shanahan's going to put Purdy in those rollouts. He's going to keep that pressure off of him. He's going to find those weapons, man.
It's going to be hard because
this ain't even a hard game to pick.
I think it's going to be based on the weather too. If it's cold, I think Philly's going to win it. But I mean, McCaffrey's going to have to do all the work for San Fran, especially if it's cold.
So who you taking, Fatty?
I'm going with Philly. It's probably going to be cold, so I'm going to go with Philly.
Who you got, Dave?
Oh, I'm going San Francisco. And I'm going to say this. I think San Francisco makes a statement in this game.
I agree with you. I think they beat them by 10 points. There's a reason a team that's 10-1 is an underdog at home
They are. Yeah, listen, when they played them in the playoffs last year, Brock Purdy wasn't there.
That's basically Vegas telling you that 49ers going to win this game easily.
Look, they had Josh Johnson as their quarterback, who's, I don't even know if he's in the league anymore because Purdy was hurt. Garoppolo was hurt.
I like Jalen Hurts. I do. As a character guy, you can't get much better than that young man. I'm sorry.
Oh, he's a great quarterback, no doubt about it.
I'm
think
sorry.
Purdy's in that same conversation.
Philly, a win is a win. I totally get it. But Philly has been getting by barely, and it's going to catch up with them sooner or later.
But
listen, I think
it's going to be based on the weather, though. There, I mean, San Francisco, they can't play in freezing cold like we can.
See, I don't know, man. I'm going to go ahead and say I think San Francisco's built pretty well for any kind of game because I mean they got the best offensive line next to Philly. Here's the thing about these games. San Francisco has, to me, the running game as far as a running back. McCaffrey's superior to DeAndre Swift. Obviously, Hurts makes a difference, but both are great offensive lines. Both have great coaches. San Francisco's a considerably better defense for me. And I think San Francisco I actually think they have more playmakers. I think A.J. Brown's having a hell of a year, but, man, Debo, George Kittle, man, Brandon Ayuk.
And listen, and remember, Fletcher Cox is going to miss it. Cox is going to miss this game.
If y'all look back, the last 3 games Philly has played, I mean, dude, you don't get a better schedule or harder schedule than what they faced the Cowboys, the
Bills.
It's hard.
Bills,
it's tough.
the Chiefs. I mean, they beat the best 2 teams in the AFC back-to-back weeks. Then they beat the second best team. Well, the third best team. You arguably
my only thing is
Cowboys.
My only thing is this.
They're going to play the Cowboys next week.
My only thing is this, Pancho, and I don't know if Dave agrees with me. When 49ers are healthy and on top of their game, they ain't a team in the NFL that can beat them.
No, they're the best team on paper. I think Kyle Shanahan's one of the top 3 coaches in the league. I think Purdy needs to be talked about in that top. He's not there yet at top 5, but damn, he's close. He's top 8.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that trade with your boy, the defensive end from Washington.
Oh, Chase Young. Yeah,
Chase Young.
Move.
Man,
dude, they got players all over that defense. I mean, Ward. Obviously Bosa. I mean, there's players all over that defense, man. Greenlaw.
We got it split. We got it split. So next up, we got Cleveland at the Rams.
Cleveland at the Rams.
Rams.
Oh man, I'm gonna say. I don't know, man. It's a tough one. I'm gonna say Cleveland though. I think Cleveland's defense is for real.
I think didn't y'all pick Cleveland last week?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
whoa. I didn't pick Cleveland.
Yeah, sure. We got to go back to these records. We still don't have no records.
I picked Pittsburgh only because it's my second favorite team. That's all.
No, I mean, but look, that's a rivalry game. Look, shit happens. It's a close game. I mean, look, I don't think the Rams are very good right now. I mean, that's just my personal opinion. I think Cleveland's defense is a top 5 unit.
But I agree with Pancho. I agree with Pancho. I agree with Pancho. Cleveland.
Is Joe Flacco getting the ball game? Is Joe Flacco going to play quarterback?
I mean, we kind of mirror the Rams in a way. You get what I'm saying? So our team.
The Rams are that team that needs to move on and tear it down really soon.
Yeah. The player, they're stuck. They got the players, but it just hasn't worked out. I mean, we got.
All right, next up, we got Kansas City at Green Bay.
I like Kansas City.
Yeah,
what's the spread?
6.5.
Yeah, Kansas City covers it, I think.
Chiefs.
I'm gonna go Chiefs.
Green Bay's been.
Ryan says KC. Shane says Rams. Good Lord.
Yeah, I think Green Bay's a team that's going in the right direction, but they're not.
Signature says KC.
There yet.
All right. Next up, we got Cincinnati at Jacksonville.
Jacksonville.
Yeah,
Jacksonville's a team that's a little scary going into our postseason this year. They're the team you don't want to play, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. But Cincinnati's getting 9.5, 9 points. Good night.
Hey, look, Josh Allen, dude, on that defense, the other Josh Allen is a bad mofo, man. That dude is one of the best defensive players in the league.
He is, and he needs to get
Jackson. If they can get a consistent, a good steady output from the offense, they can make a lot of noise. It's just the inconsistency that's killing them. It's a lot.
I think Lawrence has been a little banged up with that knee and stuff, and But yeah,
Yeah,
that's a good
you're
team.
right.
That's a good team on paper. Well coached, good team all around.
Jacksonville, Ryan says Jacks. Shane says Jacks. Well, listen, guys, we've been on for an hour now. I do want to dive into something before we get off. I want to say good luck to my Shaw Eagles, who will be playing. Oh my God, do you don't want to know?
Who's that?
They playing St. Thomas More for the right to go to the Superdome.
Nice, man. Nice.
We've been
Y'all play Fly Eagles Fly or what?
We've been underdogs the whole time, but Dave, you would appreciate it because coaching has gotten us there with Hank Tierney.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. That's good to hear that program's back, man.
It's gonna be a tough one, but I think we can pull through. I really do.
Yeah, man.
So,
What's going on with the state playoff? What's going on with all that right now, man? Who's the team
this
to
is
watch?
it. This is to go to the Superdome. All the
State
teams.
championship, right?
Hey,
Yep.
Gotcha.
who's the 5A?
I think I want to say oh my God, I seen it yesterday. Oh my God, you got me on. Oh man, trying to think now.
Is it called still or no?
No, it's not called. Call got knocked out. Good night.
Hey, is Rummel still around?
Rummel's still in it, yes.
Yeah, I saw those guys practicing, man. So I figured they were doing something.
Rummel pulled it together last minute. I'm sorry, Pancho. I'm trying to remember who it was. But if I do, I'll send it in the messenger.
Yeah, no big deal. Just saying.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, listen, man. Thank y'all for joining us. I know we all this freaking Saints loss. Everybody got depressed.
Yeah. Hey, maybe we could get Sunday morning, man. We didn't do any. I know it was a holiday weekend kind of, but man, Sunday morning, let's break down the Lions a little bit, man.
Yeah, let's do that. We'll do that. We'll definitely do that.
Next week, hopefully we had the beard on next week.
Yeah. Hey, hopefully that's for sure.
With Darren,
All right, my guys. Have a good night. Thank y'all for joining us. Who that?
All right.